Hi friends, today we are discussing English Stencil Practice Book Standard 4 Content 1 Disclaimers. Before starting this video, kindly type in YouTube search at the rate of Iswarya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe the channel. English Stencil Standard 4 Practice Book Part 1 Content 1 Question and Answers. Content A. Grammar. The missing bat. For 1.1 Nouns singular and plural. 1.2 some and any. 1.1 Nouns singular and plural. We know that nouns are naming words used to refer to persons, places, animals, or things. Nouns can be of the following kinds. Proper nouns are the names of the person, place, or things. They are written beginning with a capital letters. For examples, Susan, Harris, United States, the Taj Mahal, Coimbatore, the Eiffel Tower, etc. Common noun are the naming words for a class of a person's, place, animal, or things. These are capitalized only when they begin a sentence. Common noun can be abstract nouns or names for things we cannot see or touch. For example, bravery, sadness, laughter, etc. Collective nouns are words that used to refer to group. For example, team, class, chairs, etc. And concrete nouns are names of things we cannot see or touch. For example, tree, grass, table, cloud, etc. Uncountable or non-count nouns are names of things we cannot count. For example, food, music, etc. Countable or count nouns are names for things we cannot count. For example, tables, trees, books, stars, etc. Organize words from the box in the correct columns. Here is the abstract, concrete, countable and uncountable nouns. Here is the questions. Abstract nouns: Hicks, fear and happiness, tiredness, music. That is abstract nouns, things that cannot be touched or seen physically. And abstract nouns definitions: abstract nouns refer to ideas, emotions, qualities or states that cannot be touched or seen physically. Hicks, a spell or curse, an idea, not a physical object. Fear, and emotions cannot be touched. Happiness, a feeling, cannot be touched. Tiredness, a state of being, cannot be touched. Music, a concept. Although sound waves exist physically, music itself is an abstract idea. And the second one, concrete nouns. Concrete nouns, things that can be seen and touched physically. Which, paper, furniture, tree, shop, bush, party, song, air, tool, glass, road, rock, water, buildings, window, instrument. The concrete nouns definitions. Concrete nouns refers to things that exist physically and can be experienced using a five senses: touch, see, hear, taste and smell. Which, a person can be seen and touched. A paper, a physical object, can be seen and touched. And furniture, physical object like chairs, tables, etc. Trees, a living object, visible and tangible. And shop, a place which exists physically. Bush, a plant physically present. Party, through it is an event. It involves people, decorations and sounds, making it tangible. Songs, a physical sound that can be heard. Though a though lyrics themselves can be abstract, and air, although invisible, it exists physically and can be felt. Concrete nouns definitions: tools, a physical objects like a hammer or screwdriver. Glass, a physical objects used for windows and drinking. Road, a physical structures. Rock, a solid object. Water, a liquid physically present. Buildings, a physical structures. Water, a liquid physically present. Building, a physical structures. Window, a physical of a buildings. And instrument, a physical object like a guitar or violin. And the third point, countable things that can be counted: switch, paper, tree, shop, bush, party, song, tool, glass, road, rock, building, window, and instrument. And the definitions of countable noun: countable nouns refer to things that can be counted individually: 1, 2, 3, 1 tree, 2 tree, etc. Switch, 1 switch, 2 switch, etc. Paper, 1 sheet of paper, 2 sheets of paper. Tree, 1 tree, 2 tree. Shop, 1 shop, 2 shops. Bush, 1 bush, 2 bushes. Party, 1 party, 2 parties. Songs, 1 song, 2 songs. Tool, 1 tool, 2 tools. Glass, 1 glass, 2 glasses. And countable noun: road, 1 road, 2 roads. Rock, 1 rock, 2 rocks. Building, 1 building, 2 buildings. Window, 1 window, 2 windows. Instrument, 1 instrument, and finally 2 instrument. And fourth one, uncountable things that cannot be counted directly: furniture, air, music, fear, water, tiredness, happiness. Here is the questions. And uncountable noun definition: uncountable nouns refers to things that cannot be counted individually because they exist as a mass or abstract concepts. Furniture, it cannot say one furniture, must say a piece of furniture. Air, cannot say one air, exists as a mass. Music, cannot say one music but can say a piece of music. Fear, an abstract concepts that cannot be counted. Water, a mass of noun, can say a glass of water but not one water. Tiredness, a state of being, cannot be counted. Happiness, one emotions cannot be counted. And this is point number 2, uncountable noun, things cannot be counted individually. This refers to a substance or concepts that do not have a plural forms. We measure them using quantity words. Example: some, a lot of, a piece of. From the pictures, the uncountable nouns are: water, if there is any in glass, it cannot be counted individually. And air, it is present in the room but is not countable. Carpet, a carpet is a continuous pieces of fabric, so we say some carpet instead of carpets. Rug, similar to a carpet, it is considered as uncountable. And furnitures, the bed, chair, table, and drawers are also furnitures, but furniture itself is uncountable. And conclusions: the countable nouns can be counted and have the plural form. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted individual and do not have plural forms. A countable noun is a noun that can be counted as and has both a singular and a plural form. To make a countable noun plural, you can usually add an s to the singular form. For example, cat becomes cats. Example: pieces. The countable noun is yes noun that can be counted and has both a singular and a plural forms. To make a countable nouns plurals, you can usually add an s to the singular form. For example, cat becomes cats. Here are some examples of countable nouns: a car, my cousin, a book, a city, one phone, two phones, one dog, two dogs, one shirt, and two shirts. Pieces. Uncountable noun is a noun that cannot be counted, be or quantified, and is usually not used in the plural form. Here some example of uncountable noun: abstract ideas, creativity, courage, love, knowledge, beauty, anger, fear, liquid, water, milk, tea, coffee, oil, gas, and materials like rice, cement, gold, sand, air, and groups of collections. Groups or collections, furnitures, equipment, and luggage, rubbish, and weather, thunder, lightning, rain, snow. Other advice: informations, progress, news, luck, fun, work, accommodations, package, homework, and permissions. And abstract nouns, the final answer is there: concrete and countable and uncountable noun. Countable nouns have two forms: singular referring to one, or plural referring more than one. For example, singular, plural: brush, brushes, chair, chairs, book, books. They read the rules of the following for the changes nouns for singular to plural to match each rules to the correct examples. Here is the questions and here is the answer. Rule 1: add yes to the end of the singular words. Example: cat, cats, book, books. Brief answer and explanation of these questions. Rule number 1: add yes to the end of the singular words. This is the most common way to form plurals. It is a noun or noun is regular, does not have any specials ending. Simply add yes. Example: cat, cats, book, books, pen, pens. Rule number 2: here is the answer of brief answer and the explanations. The example of rule number 2: es. Add es if the singular words ends with s, ss, sh, ch, or x or z. Bus, buses, box, boxes, church, churches. Brief answer and explanation. Add es if the singular words ends with s, ss, sh, ch, x or z. When a noun ends in s, ss, sh, ch, x or z, we add es instead of just s to make is plural. This makes pronunciation smoother. Example: bus, buses, box, boxes, church, churches, dish, dishes. Rule number 3: examples: if the noun ends with f or fe, change into f to ve, then add ss. Leaf, leaves. Knife, knives. News. The brief answer and explanation of these questions: if the noun ends with f or fe, change the f to ve and the add s. Some words ending in f or fe, change their spelling into the plural form. If f changes to v and we add es instead of just s. Example: leaf, leaves, knife, knife, news, wolf, wolves, life, lives. However, not all the words ending with f follow these rules. Example: roof, roofs. Rule number 4: if the nouns ends in y and the letter before y is a consonant, change the ending to ies. For examples: baby, babies, city, cities. Brief answer and explanations of these questions. Rule number 4: if the nouns ends in y and the letter before the y is a consonant, change the ending into ies. If the noun ends in y and the letters before y is a consonant, changes y to ies. For example: baby, babies, city, cities, lady, ladies. However, if the letters before y is a vowels, we just add yes. For example: boy, boys. And rule number 5: if the singular nouns ends with us to a plural ending with frequently I. The cactus, cacti, radius, radi. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions. Rule number 5: if the singular noun ends with us, the plural ending is frequently I. Mainly nouns borrowed from the Latin with in us and forms their plural y, changing us to I. Example: cactus, cacti, radius, radi, and fungus, fungi. However, some words do not follow these patterns, like bus, buses, because bus is not from Latin. Bus is not from Latin. Question number B. Read these rules to change the nouns from the singular to plural and match each of the rules of the correct examples. Here I given the answers. And here some more rules is to refers. If noun ends with O, we can add yes if there is a vowels before the O. For example, radio, radius. If the nouns ends on O, we add es if there is a consonant before the final O and O. For examples, tomato, tomatoes. The exceptions of these rules are avagato, avagatos, photo, photos, piano, pianos. There are some other that can be written in both way: volcano, volcanoes, volcanoes, mango, mangoes, mangoes. If the noun ends with y and the letter before the y is a vowel, add only. For example, key, keys. There are nouns with irregular plural forms: man, men, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, deer, deer, and horse, and deer, oxen, foot, feet, goose, geese, child, children, woman, woman. They convert this into their plural forms. Here is the questions. Here is the answers. Orange, oranges, river, rivers, watch, watches, radio, radios, photograph, photographs, photographs, and octopus, octopuses, and fox, foxes, hero, hero is avagato, avagatos, mango, mangoes, mangoes. Both are correct. Giraffe, giraffe is photo, photos. Radius, ready, wolf, wolves. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions: orange, oranges, river, rivers, watch, watches. Add es because it ends with ch. Radio, radios. Just add yes as it ends with a vowel plus o. Photograph, photographers. Octopus, octopuses, or octopi. Octopi through a octopuses is more common is modern English. Fox, foxes. Add es because it ends with x. Hero, heroes. Add es because it ends with o with a consonant before it. Avagato, avagatos. Just add es as it ends in a vowel plus o. Mango, mangoes, mangoes, or mangoes. Both are correct. Giraffe, giraffes. Photo, photos. And just add yes as it ends with a vowels o. And 14th, radius, radi, irregular plurals forms Latin. And 14, wolf, wolves, changes f to ves. The pluralization rules applied most words. Just take for example s, oranges, river, photograph. Words ending with ch, sh, x, s, o with a consonant before it takes es. Examples: watches, foxes, heroes, mangoes. The words ends in a vowel plus o take only yes, es, radios, avagatos, photos. The some irregular plural changes immediately. Examples: radius, radi, wolf, wolves. And explanations of plural form. Pluralization rules in English depend on the spellings and punctuations of the singular words. Below is a detailed explanations of how the plural forms were derived of each words. Regular plurals add es. For most nouns we simply add yes to form plural. And oranges, orange, 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 silver. Oranges, river, rivers, photograph, photographs, giraffe, giraffes, y. And these words follow the basic rules. Just add yes to the singular form. Words ending with ch, sh, s, x, o, consonant before o, add es. Some words required es instead of just yes because of their ending. Watch, watches, ends with ch, add es. Fox, foxes, ends with x, so add es. Hero, heroes, ends with the consonant o, so add es. Mango, mangoes, ends with the consonant o, so add es. And why the words ending with ch, sh, sex or a consonant o takes es instead of just s? Point number 3, words ending with vowel o add s, words that ends in vowel o, a, e, I, o, u before the o only takes yes. Radio, radios, vowels before o, so just we add yes. Avocado, avocados, vowels before o and just add yes. Photo, photos, exceptions to the o rules, just add yes. Why? If the words ends in vowels plus o, it is usually just add yes. Irregular plural change in forms. Some words do not follow the regular pluralization rule. Octopus, octopuses, octopi, and from Latin, but octopuses is more common. Modern English, radius, radii, irregular follow the Latin pluralizations. Wolf, wolves, of change to ves. Why some words in Latin or Greek or origins follow their original pluralizations? Example, radius, radi. Some words ending in f for or fe change into ves in plural forms. Example, wolf, wolves, wolves. And the correct of this in the plural form I have given here in the answers. Answers number 2 and D. Fill in the blanks in the following plural form in the brackets. Here is the questions. And in the same way, here is the answer. My friends enjoy my birthday party. And the children played badminton. Trees on high mountains are able to survive in cold temperatures. Where do you river go? The students of class 4th decided to perform to a play of their teachers. The child has 7 candles on her birthday cake, but she was only 5 years old. To make a pudding, I will need raisins and milk. The brief answer and explanation of these questions here. Irregular plurals add yes. Of most nouns we simply add yes to make them plurals. So friend, friends, add yes to indicate more than one friend. Tree, trees, more than one tree. So we add mountains or mountains. So the more than one mountain, so we add yes. River, rivers, more than one rivers, so we add yes. Student, students, more than one students, so we add yes. Teacher, teachers, more than one teachers, we add yes. Candle, candles, more than one candle. Resin, resins, more than one resins. Year, year, more than one year. We can finally add yes only of these questions. And irregular plural forms, words that change forms. Some nouns do not follow the irregular yes rules and change their forms in the plural. Child, children. The plurals of child is children's, not child's. Food, feet, although is not exercise. And examples of irregular plural formations: man, men. Another examples of an irregular plural. Question number D I have given here in the answers the same way. Based on that pictures, some objects, and we have the countable noun: book, books, shelf, shelves, box, boxes, ball, balls, car, car, pencil, pencils, bed, beds, curtain, curtains, drawer, drawers, chair, chairs, toy, toys, picture and pictures. And uncountable noun: water, air, carpet, rug and furnitures. Here answer I have given here in page number 13. In some and any, we know that a or an used with a singular countable noun. For example, this is an elephant in the zoo. This is a bag on a desk. We can see the with the both countable or uncountable noun. For example, the bananas on the tables are too ripe. The food in this restaurant is delicious. Some is used to with countable nouns and uncountable nouns in positive sentences. I have to do some work after school. Work means uncountable. There are some apples in the basket. Apple means countable. Any is used with a countable or uncountable nouns in negative sentence. We use is not or not to make negative sentences. There is not any water left in the tank upstairs. There is not any problems we cannot solve. There is not any book on the shelf. There are not any fruits left how much and how many. If we ask how many, the answers will be the numbers, and we can use these questions with a countable noun. If we ask how much, the answers will be a quantity or amount, an amount. We can use these questions for uncountable noun. Fill in the blanks with some or any, use is not or not as well. Here questions, the same answer I given here. The receipt needs some tomatoes. There are not any eggs in the hen house. You can get me some cooking oil from the shop. And there is not any milk left over. I am going to the shop to get some. Please add some sugars to this tea. It does not have any. And the brief answer and the explanation of these questions, the receipt needs some tomato. The explanation of the sentence, the receipt needs some tomatoes. The explanation. So this is a positive statement, indicating that an unexpected quantity of tomatoes is required. Some is appropriated here. And the second one, there are not any eggs in the hen house. This is a negative statement sentences referring to the absence of eggs. Are not is used with the plural nouns eggs, or and any is appropriate is negative contents. And the third one, you can get me some cooking oil from the shop. This is a request, and when making a request accepting a positive outcome, some is used even though it is a question. And there is not any milk left over. I am going to shop to get some. And the explanations. The first sentence is a negative, so is not used in the uncountable noun milk, and any is appropriate. The second sentence is a positive, indicating an intention to obtain an unspecified quantity of milk, so some is used. The fifth one, the please add some sugar to this tea. It does not have any. Explanation, the first sentence is a polite request, so some is used. The second sentence is a negative, indicating the absence of sugar, so any is appropriate. The general use of some and any. Some is a typical use in affirmative positive sentence to indicate or unspecified quantity. For example, I have some friends in New York. Any is generally used in a negative sentence and questions. A negative sentence example, I do not have any information about the meeting. Questions examples, do you have any questions? However, there are exceptions to the offer or request. Some can be used in the questions when making offers, request, or accepting a positive response. Offer examples, would you like some tea? Request example, could I have some water please? And usage of is not or are not. Is not is the concentrations of is not, and is used with the singular nouns or and uncountable nouns. Example, with the singular nouns, there is not a cat in the room. Examples with the uncountable noun, there is not any milk left, or not in the concentrations of are not is used with the plural nouns. For examples, there are not any books on the shelf. Here is the answers I have given here. And there are some more words to explain the quantity of countable and uncountable nouns. A lot of, a lots, all students must be present. A lot of time has passed. Lots of people came to the concert. These are some that can only be used in the countable nouns. A few, several, both. A few students came for the practice. Several cars had stopped. Both I and my friend waited at the bus stop. With uncountable nouns, we can also measure the words like a loaf of, a slice of, a piece of, 2 cup of, a drop of, a pinch of, a teaspoon of, a handful of. B. Read the list of measurements words in the box above and match to the words would use them for. Here is the questions. The same way here is the answer. Loaf of bread, sheet of paper, slice of cake, bowl of rice, bottle of ink, pinch of salt, spoonful of syrup, speck of dust. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions. Loaf of bread. Bread is typically sold or served in whole pieces called loaves. And a loaf is a large solid block that can be sliced in the similar pieces. Sheet of paper. The paper is thin and flat, and also individual pieces are referred to as sheets. A book or note that contains multiple sheets of paper. Slices of cake are usually large and are cut into the smaller portions called slices of serving. Bowl of rice. Rice is made up of many small grains, and when served, it is typically placed in a bowl. Bottle of ink. It is a liquid, and it is also stored in a bottles for easy use and application. Pinch of salt. Salt is a fine substance, and when taking a small amount, we use a thumb pinch, which refer to the amount held between two fingers. A spoonful of syrup. Syrup is a thick liquid, and when measured, a small amount is often used. A spoonful as a unit of measurement. The brief answer and the explanations of a speck of dust. A dust particle are teeny, so the smallest visible unit is called a speck, measuring a very small pieces. And the answer I have given here. And choose the correct measurements words. Here is the questions. Here is the answer. A bag of flour. A bag of flour, a bar of gold, a bottle of water, a bowl of cereals, a drop of paint, a grain of sand, a jar of peanut butter, a spoonful of syrup, a tube of glues. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions. A bag of flours. Flour is a powdery substance, and it is commonly sold and stored in bags. A bar of gold. Gold is often shaped in the bars for storage and trading. Bar is a standard unit for metals like gold and silver. A bottle of water. Water is a liquid that is often stored in a bottle for convenience. A bowl of cereals. Cereals is usually eaten from the bowls, making this is a correct measurement word. Fifth one, a drop of paint. Paint is a liquid. A small amount of liquids are often referred to as drops. A grain of sand. Sand consists of tiny particles, and a grain referred to a single small pieces of sand. Seventh one, a jar of peanut butter. Peanut butter is a thick spread that is commonly stored in jars. And the eighth one, a spoonful of syrup. Syrup is a liquid that can be measured in spoons, so spoonful is appropriate. Ninth one, a tube of glues. Glue, especially liquid glue, is often stored in tubes for easy applications. The final answer I have mentioned here in underline. And you can explain this recipe with the measurement words. Here, pancake mama's recipe. The explanation recipe is measured words. Step 1. Take 1 cup of flour, add a pinch of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar or taste. Crack 2 eggs into the mixture. Pour off a cup of warm milk and mix well. Knead the dough until it becomes dense. Step 2. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Pour off a cup of warm milk and quarter cup of warm water. Mix the batter until smooth. Step 3. Pour a ladle full of batter onto the heated pan. Cook until golden brown on both sides. Serve the pancake hot. For further contact us, I have given here the details. And kindly type in YouTube search @ Surya Vijay Kumar for getting to my YouTube channels improving spoken English for children, interview goers and college students. Thanking you. If any doubt means put the comment box and kindly subscribe these channels. Thanks once again.